Pull up a chair. You're sitting at the table with Powerhouse Women, the podcast where bold women in business come to connect, collaborate, and build something bigger than themselves.
We always say, if you're fortunate to have a seat at the table, pull up 3 more. That's exactly what we're doing here.
This isn't just a conversation, it's a movement. We're creating space at the table for conversations that matter. The ones that challenge you, push you, and remind you that you do not have to do this alone.
Every episode, we're talking growth, success, and the real, unfiltered truths of entrepreneurship. No gatekeeping.
No fluff, just the perspective and community that you need to thrive. So if you're ready to surround yourself with women who get it, you're in the right place, and there is already a seat with your name on it. What's up, Powerhouses? Welcome back to At the Table with Powerhouse Women.
Today, we're pulling up a chair for our very own Rylie Schroeder. She is a broker and co-founder of Schroeder and Co, a large team serving Austin and Houston with over $500 million sold. She was also recognized as 2024's NAR 30 Under 30 with over 200 homes sold herself and a Powerhouse Women market partner representing Houston, Texas. Welcome, Rylie. I'm so excited to have you on the show.
I'm excited to be here. Super excited.
Thank you. So we're just going to jump right into a segment that we like to do they're called founder questions. All 5 of us founders have questions for you that we want to know. So I'll just get right into it. So Morgan wanted to know, what is an Austin staple that you think is totally overrated?
Austin itself.
No way.
Why is that?
I love to visit Austin, but living in Austin, I think it gets like a lot of hype for things that don't deserve it. It has a great food scene, but I would argue Houston's food scene is better. Austin's like roads and freeways suck. They're not like laid out well. They have a lot of growing to do. Austin's big and like Austin proper, but the suburbs are just like have a lot of growing to do. So I think Austin itself is kind of overrated.
That's the last thing I would have expected you to say.
Me too. I visited 2 years ago, but I mean, I was there for a bachelorette party, so I didn't really get to like see much when I was there, but I enjoyed it while I was there.
It's great to visit, and it is easily the most beautiful place to live in Texas. Like 100%. I'm not dogging on Austin altogether, but I think like there's this hype with it, and then you live there and it's like, oh my gosh, there's so far to go here.
Interesting.
Coming from Houston,
that development needed more. Yeah, got it. So I'll ask Kelsey's question next. If real estate hadn't been your path, what other career do you think would have been pursued? That's a good question. I actually am curious myself.
I don't know if I would have a career. It's literally like the only thing I'm good at. So
no, I feel like you would have thrived in so many things.
Any industry.
For those of you that don't know Rylie, she is such a boss. Like this girl, when she puts her mind to something, she gets it done. So I feel like there's got to be something else that you had interest in.
It would have been something with being a business owner. Like I don't like answering to people. I generally think my ideas are better than most. So it would have been something where I'm in control.
Yeah.
Outside of real estate, I don't really know. Like there's things that come up, but they're just like hobbies. They don't stick. So TBD on like what exactly it would be, but it would still be entrepreneurship and stuff like that for sure.
You'd still be a boss, babe.
Yeah. That's just undeniable. It's in my DNA.
Side note, what is your sign?
Scorpio.
That makes total sense.
Yep.
That makes complete and total sense.
Don't fuck with her.
No. Bad idea.
Definitely not.
Some people haven't learned that yet, but then
they will.
No, I love that. I feel like we can probably all relate to that to some extent. Like I couldn't work for somebody. I can't even picture you working for anybody but yourself.
Makes a successful entrepreneur though, is like you have that. And that's why not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Like not everyone has it. And it's okay to not have it. Like we need all the scales. But if you got it, you got it. And you got to run with it. Because
So would you say that like your driver then, sorry, I know we have the other founder questions to get into, but I'm just so intrigued by this because I also will never work for anybody again. And I feel like one of my main drivers these days is like, well, I got to figure it out because I'm never working for anyone again. Like I refuse to go back.
I don't even like see that as a reality. Like that's not even an option in my brain. Like, and I feel lucky that I'm at the point where I'm at in my career to where I can just like, I know no matter what happens, at least like the baseline of my real estate business and whatnot, that's what I'm always going to do. But initially, yes, 100%, it was a driver of like, I cannot stand working for someone else like that. Respectfully, it sucks. And I feel smarter than you half the time. And that's not a good feeling either. I want to learn. I just want to learn in a group of other entrepreneurs like Powerhouse women and like the other networking groups I do. Like that's who I want to surround myself with, where we're all on the same level versus like, I'm under you, but I'm questioning everything you're doing. And I'm learning a lot of things I don't want to do and all that stuff.
Definitely.
Yes.
I completely agree with that. I guess this is a good segue into my question then. What is your driving force?
That's really funny. Whenever I first started in real estate, my like why was my family. My parents have like so freely just like given and supported me in whatever I wanted to do. And I wouldn't say it was handed to me at all. Like they taught me hard work, they taught me teamwork and all of that good stuff. But I mean, even to this day, like moving into a new house, like my parents were here the first night helping me unpack and everything. So they've just like supported me at such a level that my why has always been like not just making them proud, but giving back to them in some way. Like my first ever vision board was like getting my mom a lake house and paying my dad's mortgage off and little stuff like that. We're not there yet, but it's still a goal. So it's always just been like family. But as it's like evolved, it's less monetary and more of like my why in having the business I have and being an entrepreneur is so I can be in control of my time. Like life is so valuable and I want to control where I'm spending my time. So if I work hard on these times and set up this business this way, then I have, freedom to like balance my life however I want, whether it's vacation or just spending unlimited time with family and stuff like that.
And that's so important, especially just as an entrepreneur, being able to do what you want so freely, but also having that driving force. I mean, I got chills when you said the stuff about your family because I feel the same way and I had a similar experience growing up, but it really is something special.
No, it's super. And I, unfortunately, like not a lot of people get that. And I'm just like, I feel super lucky, like looking at them and knowing that they'll still support me no matter what I'm doing. And I just like, I want to make them proud, but now I just like want to spend all my time with them. Like life is too valuable and precious and short. So I want to work hard, but I work hard to
Eventually
spend
not.
days fully disconnected and all that stuff,
Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Short-term sacrifices for long-term gain.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good segue, I think, just organically into my question. This one might be a little bit more personal, but you're such a multifaceted force in just so many areas of life, and you're dominating social media, and you have this incredibly big team, and like you're literally a mentor to so many people, and you're clearly very like driven, and you know what you want, you're independent. How do you find dating in a world where it's not all men like a woman that is like, I'm going to stand for what I'm going to stand for and I want what I want and I'm going to get it?
There's a reason I'm single. Like, I've been with the man who can't stand that I'm making more than him. That didn't work out. I've been with someone who I thought was supporting me, but had their own issues going on. It's been a learning experience, but I think like the one thing that comes with that is not settling. And so while you can look at it of like, okay, I'm 30 and I'm single, like I'm also not in a loveless marriage. I'm not somewhere where, like I can't stand getting home every day and stuff like that. Like everything I do is me. And so in order for someone to come in, they have to like truly embellish that. So I think whoever that person is will be like really, really special. And there will be a reason I waited, but it's hard. It's really, really, really hard. And
I'm with you, girl.
like it can be discouraging because you want to date and you want that like love and the fun and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't get it. Or like for a while, I don't know about you, Marley, but I was like, okay, I'll date older because older men are more established. And that would make sense. But they're so stuck in their ways that it's like, okay, we're not seeing eye to eye on like certain values that are uncomfortable. Like it's
Also the older ones, like if you're talking significantly older, which is where I've usually dabbled, they have so many more issues.
Way
so
more.
many more issues, so many years ahead of us.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we live in a world where there's a lot of men that can't even fathom being with a woman more powerful than them or that makes more than them. It's honestly an ick. And we don't need that in our life. And there's definitely men out there that will literally worship the floor that you walk on. But it's hard to find. It's not easy at all. And I'm right there next to you.
But like worth the wait. And the good thing about it is because we're so independent and all the things, like it's not a requirement. Like I'm totally good on my own and I can still go on dates and have my little fun here and there and little flings, but like I'm just not going to settle, which makes me really proud. Cause I also like, I have a ton of friends who are married or in relationships that they're not totally happy in, or their significant other does something. And I'm like, that would be a hard no for me. It is what it is. So it's hard, but choose your hard with everything, you know?
Amen, girlfriends.
Yeah, I think waiting longer will help you out better in the long game. I'm like in the same boat, like I've said many times, but I just feel like it's smarter.
I agree. I could not agree more. I feel
one more question. I just want to, so we don't forget. Carly wants to know, what does a perfect weekend in Houston look like for you?
I'm such a homebody these days. I think if you asked me, like in my prime a couple months back, I love Houston's food scene, which I've said. I'm a huge foodie because of Houston's food scene. So like doing a nice restaurant with the girlfriends, doing a nice like whiskey bar or wine bar. If the weather's like it is today, which is like sunny and 75 and stunning, going to like a little wine bar during the day and relaxing, but mainly just like not working and enjoying good company. Houston rarely has like ideal weather. Normally it's just really hot. So otherwise you got to have a pool. Got to have a pool.
Yeah. Interesting. I actually never really knew what the weather was like there because occasionally I'll see like it's randomly snowing in Texas and I'm like, where in Texas does it snow? I never knew that it's
Houston. No. It'll snow in Dallas and Austin more frequently than Houston, but like snow in Houston, it happened this past year. And before that, the last time it happened was 2009 or something. So, snow is not a thing for us. Lots of rain and lots of heat. So like a lot of people, their priority for their home search is pools. And it's totally like well understood. Like you need a pool. It's just too hot to go outside during the summer.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I think a pool is a necessity anyways, no matter where you live.
In your market, how much value, just like from an average perspective, does a pool add to a property?
Not enough. It really doesn't.
Really?
There are certain communities where it doesn't, like the value, you can, run the comps and the home with the pool didn't sell for any more for the home without a pool. In certain communities, you can see it adds a little bit of value, but it's not like what the pool was worth putting in. And like a 100K pool is not going to add 100K value to your house.
Got it.
So not as much as it should because it's very valuable, but
interesting. It's cool to see how something like that is different in your market versus mine. A pool adds a lot of value to a home.
Yeah. Here in Boston, because there's not a lot of homes have pools.
Right. Yeah, a lot of them have them here. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Finding a home with a pool is not that hard.
I love those questions. I'm glad we started off. They were all so different. And I feel like now we have so many different directions that we could go in for conversation. But before we talk anymore, we do just want to kind of backtrack a little bit and give a little bit of information to anyone listening about how we met you. So Rylie, as we mentioned, is our market partner. She was actually, fun fact, our first unofficial market partner before we ever even called them market partners. Way back almost 3 years ago, we were chatting when we had just a group chat. Rylie, remind me how you connected with Carly and then Carly added you So how did you guys connect? And like, I would just love to hear the story from your perspective of how we are here sitting here today recording this episode.
I had a thought of, well, there needs to be a nationwide all women's community. And so I started looking into like people who were showing up on social media in other like bigger markets. So I want to say I looked in LA for a while. I looked in Miami and found Carly. And so I sent her a message. I should have pulled it up before we got on. And essentially was like, I'm thinking about starting a all women's networking group across the country. Would you want to? She was like, oh my God, we just started one.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
I love
exactly. I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you. Like women who are interested in like showing up on social media and in real estate and all the things that Powerhouse Women is now. So, and was at the beginning too, but it was crazy. It's literally why I messaged her.
That's so like, it literally is a classic seek and you will find. Like you literally manifested us.
Yeah.
And I like to think we manifested you because you've been such like an asset to our community and like such an incredible example of just a multifaceted queen. Like I said earlier, like you literally do it all. And it's been so cool to watch your evolution and like how you've grown over the last 3 years from like your business and starting your team to just the way you've evolved showing up on social media. Like it's so inspiring. Can you talk a little bit about like how the last like few years have been and just like your experience evolving into this like higher version of yourself that we see today?
It's funny because specifically around like social media and branding, it wouldn't be what it is without Powerhouse Women. Like Marley did audit of my social media at one point. Kelsey did an audit of my social media. Gia, you and I have talked a million times about different branding things and like how I could just like, even just like leaving empty space when I'm doing captions on the photo, like little things like that where I wasn't like connecting the dots before. So I owe, and I tell everyone this, that I owe all my branding and how beautiful it looks to Powerhouse Women. So that's been a huge part of the evolution and like the branding piece of it, which I'm really proud of now because our logo, our signage, all of our marketing is just Rylie. Like I just created it on my own through what I've learned. And my social media is growing faster than ever because I'm finally doing the right things and showing up in the right way, all because of what I've learned through Powerhouse Women. So that has a ton to do with it. Evolution. I mean, it's been wild. 3 years in terms of, I started a different team before Schroeder and Co, which I think is the team I was on whenever I joined 3 years ago. And that was like a fail, a total epic fail. So like from going through that to like learning to trust myself and what I'm like interested in building and like the vision I see for a team, it hasn't been easy. And then starting the team, like from a financial perspective, I didn't expect for it to cost so much to build all the things and hire all the people to now we have, we're in 3 cities and have 12 people. So, and it feels like I'm just getting started. Like it feels like there's so much left to do. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you definitely have so much more to go, like in like the best way, because I feel like you've already achieved so much success from where you are now. At least I'm sure all of us can agree with that. But can you talk a little bit about how the failure that you felt when you started the first team, where you are now?
Yeah, I like had to, and I say this a lot too, like I had to do that to get where I am now. Before I started that team with 2 other people. And before I joined them to start the team, I was going to do it on my own. And they came out of nowhere and they're like, well, we're going to do it too. Should we just do it together? And my gut reaction was like, no, like these people I knew from a previous team and great humans alone individually, but like our businesses were not the same. We did not value the same things. I was out producing them tenfold, but I knew I didn't want to keep producing. So I knew I wanted to like almost like re-identify myself as an agent. I wanted to dive into the branding and marketing and building a team. Like I didn't want to keep working so hard for commission. I wanted to hire people who could show the homes for me and stuff like that. And a lot of the conversations, it did feel like we were on the same page. So I guess that's why I did it. But ultimately, like I was not trusting myself and my own vision. So as we went on, it lasted almost a full year. And within 3 months of the partnership, I was like, this isn't what we agreed to. I don't feel like, but to them, my value was producing. And I was like, well, I'm done doing that. And I don't have to do it because I'm a team lead now. So you can't tell me what to do. But then we're just butting heads. And it was not ideal. They were also, I don't want to say they, one of them was very, very just like brutal and not kind. And so all these things I'm learning and picking up, and it's like, these people are just not people I'm in alignment with, and kind of like reminding myself in like a gut punch way of like, you have to trust yourself, like quit not trusting yourself. So it took a year for me to finally do it. And I was like, okay, we're not in alignment. This isn't going like the greatest way if I stay a part of this. So I'm just going to go. So, and then even then, I then jumped from that team to another team, not to lead it, just to like get my feet wet in Austin, because that's which point I was starting to sell in Houston and Austin. And I knew I wouldn't stay at that team, but I just needed somewhere to go, like to jump real quick while I like regrounded my footing and like trusted myself again. So I was on that other team for just like 2 months while I like set up my stuff. And I was like, okay, it's time. No clue what I'm doing outside of like, okay, I know how to build a website now. I know logo now. I know these 2 agents that I want to work with. Like, let's just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And that's what we did. Now it's a well-oiled machine.
That's
I just
amazing.
want to say how proud I am of you. Like, you've come a long way. But from the beginning of when I've known you, I guess it was like 3 years ago, I've always seen you as a team lead and like someone that can make it on their own. You don't need other people. You got it. You have what it takes.
Totally.
And honestly, like it's not easy to do, especially with so many agents underneath you and
Different person.
not having to produce anymore. That's a huge accomplishment. So I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. No, you're definitely one of those like natural born leader types. Like you don't even have to try. You just are, which I'm curious from your perspective, what do you think makes a great leader? Because I think there are a lot of people out in like leadership positions, whether it's for a real estate team or like in other industries, that really either aren't qualified or maybe don't really know what a true leader actually means. But you embody that.
I thank you. And I've heard it from my agents, and it's hard to give myself that credit because that feels like the like highest honor. Like, wow. It's weird to like be like, yep, you know what? I am a good leader. Like, and I don't know that leaders think that way. Like natural leaders aren't like, I'm great at this, so this is what I'm going to do. But I think that is a really big piece of it, is just like it being natural. Like really, really good leaders who can make big impacts, it's not taught to them. Like whether it's like my childhood experiences or whatever, like it's just natural for some people. And I think those are the people who like really shine in those roles. I think there are certain pieces of it that can be taught, like language and like even like gentle parenting goes really well with it, of like whenever you have an agent not doing so well, the way you're reacting to them and it's not all about, well, I think it's just not about me. Like it's not ego driven at all. Like the way I succeed is by them succeeding. And I've always felt that. And I'm not saying like, woe is me, I'm the greatest person ever. I'm genuinely like not the most caring person. I'm not a gushy person. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm like just so happy that you had these closings and you can provide. Like I am happy, but I want to see you succeed because that's how I'm succeeding. So it comes like goes back to my why of like, this is how I'm going to get to my why the easiest. Here are like my natural abilities and how I can see myself showing up really well, and also how I see myself not showing up very well. And like, I think that's part of being a great leader too, is recognizing you can't do everything and you're not good at everything. Like coaching for me, I think I'd probably be good at it because I'm just one of those people who likes to be good at everything I do, but it's not, it's not my thing. I don't love one-on-one calls or like helping you script. I'm really good at it. I just don't want to. And that's like the benefit of running your own business, is you get to choose what you do and you try to like stay in your lane of like what you're really good at. Did that answer your question at all? That was like very
Totally. No, totally. Spoken like a true leader For sure. But no, you're so right. Like, I do think that there's an element of like, if you're thinking to yourself, like, I'm trying to show up as a leader, I'm trying to be like, obviously, it's one thing to be mindful about trying to be a better leader and like bettering yourself and having self awareness, like you were just talking about. But if you're super aware of it, then it's not organic and authentic or
Right.
genuine. It's just
Yeah.
like, it's probably ego driven, I would venture to say. So I love that you said that.
Yeah.
There's
And
also a component of imposter syndrome too, especially when you're just starting out. It's tough to beat out. How do you overcome that?
I don't think I have.
Do we
It's
ever
a daily battle.
do we ever? Because I feel imposter syndrome all the time, especially as an entrepreneur, like multiple businesses. It's like people trust me to do this. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. No, it is. I would argue, and this is something I'm currently working towards, is there is a threshold you hit where you have to, like, the imposter syndrome has to go out the window and ego has to take over to some degree. Think about people, like, think about really famous people. There is ego there. There has to be ego there because they're that good. I don't think I've hit that yet. I think I'm like trying to figure out how to push the imposter syndrome away so I can level up. But I think the imposter syndrome is always going to like hold me down until I can let go of it because it is hard. I'm like, especially like when I'm like recruiting for the team or something, like I have to, it's my team. Like it has to be me. I'm giving these things and I don't do leads or like I don't have big shiny things to like offer a prospect. It's like, nope, you're buying into me and my systems. So I have to like truly believe that. And then people buy in. And at this point with the team specifically, it's gotten a little better where I'm like, okay, 12 people are here. They show up for each other. Like it's so freaking cool to see the like room we've created. I'm sure y'all see with Powerhouse Women of like, wow, all these like-minded people came together because of me. Like, okay,
Yeah.
that's really, really cool. But it still hasn't gone away. Like new ways. It'll show up in new ways.
No, you're right.
There's also a level of like wanting to remain humble, even when ego does come into play. Like it's hard to differentiate between it being humble and also having imposter syndrome because it's like they're two different things, but you also don't want to have too much ego without remaining humble to some degree.
For sure. But I think that, and what I always go back to is like, as long as you're always like, you know, your heart, like as long as you're coming from, and that I say that with a lot of self-awareness. Like there are some people who are like, I know my heart and you know, they're trash, but like, you know, your motivations, as long as you're like staying true to those, like it is okay to like be proud of yourself and remain humble, but like, and let yourself like go past that ceiling. And that's where I'm at of like, all right, I've hit it. We're here. Like, how do I push past? It feels like, okay, I've accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. Now it's not enough. Like, what's next? I just don't know what's next because I didn't think about that for 30 years. I thought about this for 30 years. So then, like, okay, how do I keep going? So, yeah.
Brick by brick, that's how. One foot in front of the other, even when you have no idea what it is that you're doing or what direction you're going. But it's really incredible to see what you've built and what you've accomplished. Like
I feel like we've been doing it together side by side. Like y'all have been
have been.
I've been building Schroeder and Co. and it's fun. It's cool to watch.
I feel like all of our businesses have truly blossomed since we've all come together. It's incredible what you can accomplish with a group of people that are all in the same boat as you. Everyone,
Especially women.
Women, yeah, specifically women, like we all want to see each other succeed. So how can we help each other? And I feel like that's so crucial in any type of business, especially though when you're an entrepreneur and there's not really like a rule book. There's no playbook.
Yeah,
we're just figuring it all out for ourselves. And we all need to be there for each other and help each other out.
I could not agree more. I always say this about my agents. They're all great agents. None of them need me. None of them need the team. Like we all have this similar mindset. We just want to be together to like cheer each other on. Like that's the purpose. And that's when it's powerful of like, no one needs anyone. We all like want to be here and see value in it together. So I couldn't agree more.
Definitely. Quick segue now into another question I'm curious about. Balancing a thriving career like you have so far How do you balance your personal life and such a busy professional life?
I feel like they've just become one at this point. Like, it's hard. Boundaries are so important, and I'm not the greatest at them. But it kind of goes back to what I was saying of like staying in my lane of doing what I'm really good at, and then anything I'm not good at or that shouldn't be on my plate, not being afraid to delegate it or hire someone for that and whatever else. So that becomes really important. And this is something I implemented years ago in real estate. As I'm sure y'all experience, like real estate, you'll have like 10 clients at once and then you'll have no clients at all. And you'll be like, what am I doing wrong? And then you'll go back to being really, really busy and you'll go back. And I used to like dog on myself so much on the slow points. And then whenever I was super busy, I would be so exhausted. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get through this? So I just decided, like from a mindset perspective of like, when I'm slow, I'm going to take it easy. I'm not going to be mad at myself for binge watching Netflix 3 days in a row. Like, I'm not going to overdo it. I'm still going to do what I need for my business to move forward, which takes what, an hour or two a day, go post on socials, follow up on emails. But when I'm slow, I'm going to let myself be slow. That way, when I'm busy, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, or like I can take advantage of being busy and like soak it all up because I know I'm going to get slow again. And I have to like let that go because real estate's so cyclical. So I think just like almost like just succumbing to the business we've chosen to be in and like the lifestyle we've chose of like, and then also there gets to a point when you've worked so hard that like you don't have to work as hard anymore. And I don't ever want to stop working hard, but I now have most of my weekends to myself. And I'm like those are the times where I can like truly disconnect and go be with family, or my evenings I can go have dinner with them. So like taking advantage of those moments too, to where like if I'm not busy, then don't be busy. Like don't make yourself busy.
You're
Go.
just riding the wave.
Yeah.
You're truly
Yeah,
just riding.
I don't know how. I'm also like the biggest people pleaser. Yeah, I wish I wasn't. And you were kind of talking about boundaries a little, and I'm so curious to hear what some of them are if you are comfortable sharing. But it's so hard when I'm not busy to not make myself busy. I'm like, oh my God, I just have to say yes to everything. And I struggle with that because I really don't want to say yes to everything. I just do it.
My sister is a really big people pleaser, and it's one of our biggest differences. And I have a hard time relating to that because I'm like, it's your life. Like, if you don't want to say yes, do not say, like, please don't say yes. But I also think a lot of my agents are like that too. Like, they want to say yes or overdo it. And I have I'm good at reminding them of like, don't take that client. Don't do that. Like, it just sucks the life out of you. It makes you not like what you're doing.
In your personal life, though, what kind of boundaries do you set in your personal life outside of work?
I have the hardest personal life boundaries. Like, I have a friend who
That's what I'm saying. It's more
like jabs at me in the best way. She's like, I love how much you just like respect your own time. Like, you have nothing going on and you still don't want to hang out just because you just don't want to hang out. Correct. Like, this is my me time. I think like not being scared to say no. I think FOMO has a lot to do with it, but kind of goes back to like riding that wave of like, there are times where like I have the energy and want to be the extrovert. And I'm like, okay, well, let's ride that wave. And when I'm not, like, I just think that my time and hence like my life is just so valuable and like too valuable to like not surround myself with people I really want to surround myself with. Like, I have a very close circle, and if you're not in that circle, like, I mean, they wouldn't know this, but I just, I'm not doing the reach out to hang out. And if they reach out, I'm probably busy for one reason or another. Like, the people who are in my life and deserve to like know what's going on in my life, that's a small circle, as it should be. And so once you like have the circle pretty small, it's less people to do stuff with anyways. So
Also helps probably keep your energy like no outside force of your choosing is affecting your energy negatively or otherwise. Like,
there's a book called The Universe Has Your Back. And that was after reading that book, that was a big like moment for me. It was about energy and like manifestation and stuff. But it also like came along with, have y'all watched The Secret on Netflix?
No, not yet.
So that's a really good starting place, but it talks about energy, manifestation, law of attraction. And that's where a lot of it stems from, of like, I think it's Gandhi. I hope I'm not wrong. Gandhi says that your energy has the power to affect the energy in a room. And I remember trying it one day at a family function because normally this family is really negative. And I was like, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to have the best attitude. And like everyone said that they had the best night. And I was like, that was me. Like that was my energy. So I'm like, okay, A, my energy is really powerful if I choose it to be. And B, what can other people's negative energy do to me? Like, I don't know about y'all, but work takes it out of me as it is. I can't allow like negative energies or perspectives or things like that to like encroach on my personal time. Like that has to remain precious and valuable, right? So I feel very unapologetic about just like being in my bubble and no one can infect my bubble. Like, sorry.
So peaceful. Gia and I actually talk about this a lot. We definitely spoken about how other people's negative energy truly drains us. Like we've had personal conversations about it. And I mean, it sucks the life out of you, especially when you're working with people like clients that aren't the nicest. And it's soul sucking for sure. I can't surround myself in my personal life with people like that as well. So me as a people pleaser, I gotta pick and choose, but in my personal life, definitely not.
Yeah. A lot of people talk about like having a yes year, like doing a lot of like yeses. And I will look it up and get back to you on what it is. But there's someone that says having a no, like just saying no for like people their stuff of like, just start saying no to everything, even the things you want to do because you like a people pleaser. Say no to everything and like watch A, who's still there, but B, how much more peaceful your life gets.
Yeah.
Like start adding back in the yeses. But I think no should be the answer most of the time. Like it's just, you're talking to an introvert too, so that doesn't help.
It's so interesting that you say that you're an introvert. Are you like an extroverted introvert or you think you're
I think I've learned to be an extrovert. I think I'm good at reading people and reading the room. And I knew I wanted like autonomy in my field, whatever I did. And in order to have like being really good at sales, which offers autonomy, you have to be an extrovert a lot of the time. So I just like fake it till I make it. And like, it comes very naturally to me now, but I can assure you, I will not do anything for the rest of the day after this call. Like, I'm just going to be so exhausted.
So battery at 0 now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I would have never thought that you would have been an
most
introvert.
people say that. Yeah.
No.
I'm glad. I'm glad I don't come off as like this, like hard.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, but I think like a lot of us can agree that we're more like introvert extroverts or extroverted introverts. There's different kinds.
There's a scale on a lot of things.
Yeah,
For sure.
I feel like we all can have our social battery drained.
Totally. I lean more introverted than people probably would assume.
Yeah, you do.
Like I'll have like an extroverted spree where I'm like out like 3-4 nights in a row. I'm hitting every event, every open house. I'm like da-da-da. And then I'm like, nobody talked to me for a fucking week. Yes. I just need to recharge and like be alone with my thoughts. And
it's literally like the bed for you. I just have to lay in bed. It's how I plug in.
Yes.
The same way. You need to recharge.
I'm
and you
such a like
literally everybody to just shut the fuck up and leave me alone.
Yes.
Do not disturb is people make fun of me because my phone's always on do not disturb. I'm like, the people who need to get through are not on.
Same. Okay, I'm curious because I have my phone on D&D literally always. I have 4 different like settings. There's like a morning routine one. There's like a workday one that is like from 8 to 6. And then it switches to in like evening one. And then there's one that's like all night long. It's like just like straight up D&D. And it just like cycles through them. And I've had so many people tell me like, why do you live like that? I'm like, how do you not live like that?
How do you not? Maybe because I don't want to talk to you. Like that's why.
You get so many notifications.
It's crazy.
I can try this, guys.
Spam is, I get so many spam calls because my number is the team number on Google.
Yeah.
So it's just not safe. Like, do not disturb is where it's at. Leave me a voicemail if it's important. You'll text me. Like,
absolutely.
But
even like I'm on my phone. Like just because it's on D&D doesn't mean I will see your message. And if I need to answer, I will.
You're back.
I need to.
No, probably not. Like, also, a lot of my agents are my friends. So if they're calling during the day, I'm like, okay, do you want to talk or do you need help?
Yeah.
I have to talk right now.
Yeah.
Hope I got you, but I can't hear about the story yet.
Inbox has like any notification, like just the number 1, anything. I can't. It's like a OCD thing for me. Everything needs to be at 0 or else I can't fall asleep at night.
My text messages have not cleared out. So it says like 14.
I couldn't live like that.
I only have 2 unread. I don't know where they went.
Okay, actually, that makes so much more sense because I literally my phone right now says that I have 37 unread messages, and I know I have unread messages, but there's not that many.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel a little bit better about myself.
I've Googled it. I've tried to clear out from my computer. But it bothers me too, and I've had to like woo-saw it because there's no going. It's not going away.
So crazy. Apple, get your shit together.
No.
That's so frustrating. I'm so bad with my texts. Like, I don't know why I'll get a text from somebody and I immediately like think like ahead to like, okay, they're gonna want to get coffee or lunch or something, and I don't know when I'm gonna put them on the schedule, and I get like anxious, and then I just like don't. It's like so bad. It's something I'm working on this year.
I think there's
Specifically
high
with
priority
text.
responses and low priority responses. And you
Yeah.
can figure that out. Because I definitely will open a message and I'll be like, I'll respond to that soon. And then I'll forget.
See,
And
what I do is then I go mark it unread so that I know I'm going to clear it out, right? So I know that it should have 12. 12 is my 0. So at the end of the day,
Okay.
I have 12. So I'll mark it as unread, so it'll be there. So if it needs something I need to do later, I'll know to like come back to it because I got to clear that out by the end of the day. Like that's my little.
So I do
Like
the same
email.
thing, but I'm so bad at going back. And what I've been doing the last like 4 nights in a row, I always get up in the middle of the night to like go to the bathroom or something, like usually between like 12 and 2. And what I've been doing is like, this is so like I should not be doing this in the middle of the night, but I'm going on my phone and I'm responding to the text message, all of the messages that are unanswered and marked as unread because I do the same thing as you, Rylie. But I'm like scheduling it to send at like 6 in the morning. So it's like I don't know, for me, I'm like tricking my brain. I'm like, I'm not actually answering right now. So there isn't like any pressure attached to it.
I didn't know you could do that. That's
Yeah.
I'm actually dying, Gia, because I'll get like a random like Instagram like DM from Gia at literally like 3:48 a.m. And I'm like, does this girl sleep?
Get off your
No.
phone at night. You are not allowed to check your phone after you go to sleep.
I'm so bad with that.
Like all of us are like, Gia, go to bed. Like
That is so bad.
At least once a week, one of the founders is telling me like to go to sleep. Like I swear, like at least once a week.
But if I'm up at 3, I'm staying up. I religiously do not check my phone until it's time for the day. It's really bad sleep hygiene. Really
I know. I need to get my act together, girls. I
if
really
I see a
do.
screen, I immediately can't sleep. So I will not check. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I will not check my phone because then I'm up. I'm up.
It's the melatonin. Any sort of like light wakes you up. And like if you have bad melatonin schedule, your cortisol is really high. And cortisol,
It's phew.
so
And I'm like anxious city. We are like up there. Yeah, no, for sure. I need to figure it out. It's bad,
it's
but
good.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, we're still learning. We're figuring things out. Okay.
Yes, always learning, always growing. I have a question, bringing it back full circle to Powerhouse Women, and in the spirit of always growing, always learning, always evolving, and trying to be better, which is the spirit of Powerhouse Women and the culture that I want to say we've built, but it's been so organically curated. Truthfully, it just like is what it always has been from the beginning. But from the outside looking in, what is something about being a Powerhouse Women market partner and therefore a leader within our national community, Powerhouse Society? What is something about being involved in Powerhouse Women that you think outside people that aren't yet involved might not know about?
I think it's different. I think a lot of people, when they join networking groups, I know my past experience with networking groups, they're boring and like kind of basic, and you'll meet up for maybe like a coffee here and there, and everyone like is out to like kind of promote their own business. And it's just like, it can be icky and you don't like get value from it. And that's just so not the case with Powerhouse Women. Like there's no way to not get value from it, to the point where before we had some of the more like structure we have, it would get frustrating if someone wasn't pouring in, because it's like, gosh, everyone's like sitting here like really pouring in and offering like for nothing things that we could have other people pay for. It's just like, it's such a valuable community. And then you talk about like the all women aspect. Like I just think women rule the world. And to have so many like-minded women in one spot, like who just share freely. Like, again, things that I should pay for. Like half of what Madeline or Hannah says, I'm like, I should have paid for that. Like, you should be selling that. Same with all of y'all's stuff. Like, it's really nuts the amount of value there is. I would also be shocked, obviously, I don't know the back end of it, that y'all don't just have people just like begging to be a part of it. Like, I would be shocked because it's nuts.
Thank you for saying all that.
I know.
That makes me like giddy to hear.
That's
like,
what we want to hear.
Insane though. Like, I have always, when I first met Gia, what was it, like 3 years, a little over 3 years ago, I been wanting something like this. And because we really, as entrepreneurs, like it's lonely and we aren't really surrounded by a lot of people that get it. And then when you're surrounded by a group of women that get it and they all have common experiences and they're all willing to share them and help each other with them, it's the most insane thing ever. Like, I feel like a completely different person because of it now. And I think everyone should become a part of something like that, and the society as well.
Absolutely.
I feel guilty for people like when their market's already like used up. Like, sorry, that like really
I know. We do too. I have to say we do too. But we do.
I wish everyone can be in it. I really do. But
like there's an exclusivity to it. Like there's a reason that you did it. And then that's also why you have the society, because anyone can be a part of that. And there's still a lot of value there for sure.
Absolutely.
All different industries, and it's incredible.
We have so many big plans for it. Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, the right people are in charge. That's for sure. Like y'all will figure it out. And like, to your point, like the culture, you're saying like you didn't build it, but like the same way with Schroeder and Co, like putting the right people, like-minded people, and placing value on the right things in a room together. Like you did build that part. Like you chose who's involved. So give yourself some kudos for that, because that's not easy either. And like saying no isn't easy either if you don't see a fit. I have a question for y'all.
Ooh.
Y'all said no to people that maybe weren't a fit?
Less than 3 times. Yeah. It was extremely difficult.
We hate it.
1 or 2 of those times was because we were interviewing multiple people for the same. You can't say yes to both of them. But truthfully, like when we were at the retreat, which you better be at the retreat this year, I'll be so mad.
When it is.
It'll be in November. We were releasing dates soon. But when we were there and like we were at the dinner and so many people were just like talking about like how they found Powerhouse women or like who they were connected to. And we really realized that like we hadn't done and still really haven't done any recruiting, any sort of like specific outreach. Like every single person, like you were essentially a referral by Carly. She invited you. And like Anna she had done a deal with Morgan, right? I believe it was.
Actually, Carly knew Anna as well.
Carly knew Anna as well. But then somebody did a deal.
Anna and Morgan did a deal. Yeah.
It kept going. And it was like this really is like the definition of good people know good people, much like your team, Schroeder and Co. I'm sure like one person led to another and like you build on it.
100%. And it's really, really valuable. But to do it on a nationwide scale, like it's really cool. And what I'm always impressed with is when we are in the threads, everyone is just so supportive. Like anyone's response is what I would have responded to, of like, it's just like so much support and collaboration, which is just, it's becoming more common, but it's rare amongst like the entrepreneur community. A lot of it's like women against women. And then in real estate, there's so much like judgment and all the things. So it just like, it feels good to know like, no matter what you're saying, there's no judgment. But then like, if you have a question or need help with something, like there's always someone there that's just going to throw something at you. Like it's fantastic. It's nuts.
There's never a question that goes unanswered.
Yeah. No, there really isn't. There really isn't. Sometimes I get anxious when somebody asks a question that I don't have an answer to, because I'm like, I hope somebody answers this, and somebody always does, and it's amazing. It really.
Well, and to that point, like sometimes someone will ask, I'm like, well, I don't know the answer, but you should ask so and so. And because like there's so many people at this point too there's just a lot of value and around.
I really hope that Powerhouse Women can change the way that people look at realtors as a whole. I mean, that's very big. That's a very big issue, I guess, to tackle. But I think there's a lot of people that look at realtors as like door openers or like however, whatever, TV show they watch portrays.
We get paid too much.
Or real, shady salesperson type, like annoying, like everybody hates a realtor, like, but I really love that our community is so like, it's really built on women in real estate that show up as women in business first and foremost. And I love that.
Everyone has such a great, like, not just like online presence, but great character. Like, and that's why their online presence is so great. Like, these are truly like valuable humans, which is why I wondered if y'all had said no, because there are not so great people. And you find that after like through interviewing them. I know that I've had to say no a handful of times because it just wasn't that culture fit. And I think that's like the most valuable part of what y'all built is the culture.
Yeah, and that's why we've had to say no. The culture is literally like our baby, and that's what we do, and that's what matters the most is the synergy in the group, and we can't let that, fall off.
It's amazing that we've kept it what it is with almost 50 girls that are that close. Like, I don't know where else you could find that.
No, I see so much synergy in it and what Schroeder and Co is. And I got asked on another podcast recently, they're like, well, how do you keep the culture if you're in 3 cities? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, think about Powerhouse, like, it doesn't matter that we're all over. Like, we're always, the retreats are helpful, which we do retreats too, but we're constantly just like cheering each other on, staying up, like connected through social media, all that good stuff. So no, it's really important, and it's special when it's built right. I've been a part of a lot of things where the culture is not built right. And so when you find something, you just like want to hold on to it and keep it special.
Absolutely.
So last questions for you. What's your best advice for women just getting into their careers or starting something along those lines?
Oh,
a woman looking for a seat at the table. What would be your advice to her?
Find other women already seated at that table who want to collaborate with you. Not all women do, as we were just talking about, but like finding a good mentor, I think is everything. That's what I've done. That's what I did. And that's what I hope to be for the other women on my team and men on my team, of just like, I already have a seat at the table, so I'm going to pull one up for you. Like, finding a mentor who wants that, like, it has a higher purpose and not just is out for themselves. Like, I think we always go further together, and there's no issue with like grabbing onto someone else and being like, take me with you or teach me what you know. If you're willing to work for it, like, don't just ride on the coattails. But I don't think women who are asking that question are interested in riding on coattails. They want to do the work. They just need like the little foot in the door. So I would say like finding a powerful like mentor who's already done it. Like, surround yourself with people you want to be.
I love that. And I couldn't agree more. That's my best advice too. That's how I got started in the business. I found a mentor that taught me everything, and I thank him every day for it, because truly I wouldn't be where I am without that knowledge and that experience. And I think that it's crucial for people to gain that type of experience, like hands-on early on in any business. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. I mean, it's not always easy to find someone. And that's disappointing. But I think that we definitely need to like change that. I think competition is out the door, and like, let's all just start collaborating more and see the magic that can happen. There's enough business to go around for everyone in any industry, truly.
Any industry. There's 48,000 real estate agents in Houston. None of that bothers me. Like, I am going to be a top producer and you could be a top producer. Like, my business is not your business. They all look different. And like, to your point, and I think I said this too, like, we just go further together. Like, whenever you can, like, go with someone, you're going to learn faster. You're going to get there quicker. And then you can turn around and be that for someone else. Like, always also pay it forward. Like, to the point, like, I didn't get where I am without Brittany. And now she's my partner in my literal business, and it all comes full circle. And now I get to pay it forward to other people on my team. And I hope that when they get comfortable enough, they can then pay it forward to other people. I have someone on my team, her name is Peyton, and she's been with me since essentially she got her license. And now she gets calls from everyone else on the team asking her questions. And so cool to watch her like blossom into like a leadership role of like now she's answering the questions that I was answering for her one day. So just continuing to pay it forward is like creating that too.
And people will always like appreciate that, especially when they flourish in their business. Like that's a cool thing to see. I love that for you.
Well,
Okay, one last thing. Give us a hot take. It could be about anything, just a hot take that you have.
take in the house.
I'm gonna have to think about this.
No problem.
Okay, we put you on the spot. It can be about anything.
I'm like, I feel like all of everything I say is a hot take.
Love that on you.
Question about Austin, that was definitely a hot take for sure.
JL's not gonna like that one. My hot take, I genuinely don't think men are very smart.
I love this hot take.
I mean, Rylie, I couldn't agree more.
Respectfully, I think that women's brains work so much like not even harder. I don't think it's harder for us to do what we do and them do what they do. Like we're just like 5D and they're like 1D. And we need that. But
there's different things that we both have that like women think more emotionally, which is important sometimes. And I don't think men can appreciate that like emotion does get involved in things and it's important.
Men don't think emotionally because they don't know how to feel emotion. Like it's not my fault that you don't know what you're feeling right now. I watch.
They don't have emotion. They don't understand it. So then they look at it as a negative.
They don't process things.
Right. I watch a lot of like older TV shows or like TV shows set in older times. Like, I don't know if y'all know what Outlander is, but a lot of things like that where it all just dogs on women. And I'm like shooketh at how it all started with men on top and how patient women were to get there. But I also feel like women are like watching from the background and like doing our little scheming. Like it's just nuts to me that men started on top. Like,
ew. Just I don't ew.
Like that's that TikTok sound that's like, and then I said, how hard could it be? Boys do it.
Yep.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Oh,
I love that.
That's a great note that we can end on, honestly.
Totally. Rylie, this has been so fun. We always obviously love chatting with you. Where can people connect with you? How can they work with you? Where can they find you on socials? Plug yourself, girl.
My Instagram handle is and forever will be at RyBabes with 2 S's. It's my nickname. And that's the best way to get hold of me. I check my message requests, but my website, my stand store, all of that good stuff is linked on there. My email, my phone. So
DMs are open.
DMs are open, even though what I just said, you know, if a man still wants to date me after hearing that, that's the right man.
That's the one. That's the one.
By the way, I agree. Men are stupid. Do you want to go? Yes.
Yes.
You know what? Hell yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Rylie, this is amazing. Thank you so much. We
Loved being here.
And thank you guys for listening. This has been another episode of At the Table with Powerhouse Women. That's a wrap on this episode of At the Table with Powerhouse Women. Thanks for tuning in. If you love today's conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
Your support helps us keep pulling up more seats at the table.
Want to keep the conversation going? Join the movement at powerhousewomen.com/society.
And connect with us on Instagram at Powerhouse Women.
Until next time, keep showing up, keep building, and remember, there's always room at the table for you.